Celebrity Buff here, and I have to tell you, Wishbone the television show was one of my all-time favorites growing up as a kid. There was something different about it, something relatable, something someone can watch and know that this was going to be a great show. What else better than to watch a dog playing so many characters from books that we all know and love, and the dog acting like he is the character? What made the show great? What was so awesome about it? Well, let's dive into this episode of Wishbone.
What's the story, Wishbone? What's this you're dreaming of? Such big imagination on such a little bud. What's the story, Wishbone? Do you think it's worth a look? It kinda seems familiar, like a story from a book. Shake a leg now, Wishbone, let's wag another tail. Sniffing out adventure with Wishbone on the trail. Come on, Wishbone, what's the story, Wishbone? What's the story, Wishbone? What's the story, Wishbone? What's the story, Wishbone?
Wishbone was a half-hour live-action children's television show which ran from 1995 to 1998 and was broadcast on PBS Kids. The show's title character is a Jack Russell Terrier who tells famous stories and acts as though he is the character. What I always felt was interesting about the show is it grabbed the viewer's attention. Wishbone's owner, Joe, could be having a problem with life, or one of his families or friends could be having a struggle or a dilemma, and Wishbone would see it, observe it, and then get a book and tell about how this character in this book had the same exact struggle in some way, and yet how he was able to conquer that struggle, that problem in life.
Can it really solve all of his problems? Only time will tell. In 1895, H.G. Wells sent readers into the future with the science fiction classic, The Time Machine.
And it always made you think, if this character in that book can do it, so could I. I can do it. Nothing is impossible.
The math test. We got him back today.
Can I see it? C minus. Joe, I know that you're working very hard, but if you don't make a B on your report card, I can't let you try out for basketball.
He got a C minus? Okay, I know the show is trying to tell kids that they can always do better and there is always a way, but a C minus is good. School wasn't easy for everyone. If I got a C minus and I was able to pass, my parents let me play.
Well, why don't you use a calculator?
I don't have one.
Well, here, you can have mine. I've got another one at home.
Thanks, David.
No problem. That'll speed things up on tests. Besides, Mr. Delgado says we should get used to using them. It's required in high school.
Really?
Yeah.
Hold on, Joe. You and I have already discussed this. A calculator is not going to solve all of your problems. It's just a tool.
Yeah, I mean, I have a calculator, but I still have trouble with fractions and percentages.
I know. Look, this one has a special button for percent.
Welcome to the future, Joe.
Yes, pretty soon before you know it, this will be the future. We'll be able to carry calculators everywhere we go. Speaking of saying that, what was that famous saying by teachers? You need to learn fractions because you won't always have a calculator with you? Gee. Boy, did that come and bite them in the butt. Everyone has a calculator with them all the time now. I wonder what it is teachers tell students today. You need to learn fractions. You never know when an electromagnetic pulse will come and aliens will come onto the earth, shutting down all electric devices, and we'll be defenseless. And when that happens, you will need to know fractions. I don't know. I doubt they say that, but honestly, when they always told us that in school, and people did have calculators on their phone, because calculators was actually one of the first things on a phone, before games, before texting. I think everyone actually did have a calculator, yet teachers were still saying, you need to learn fractions, you won't always have a calculator with you. Well, everyone does now. Anyway, moving on. Wishbone was a show that felt as though many people, not just kids, but everyone could relate to. With the silliness of Wishbone to the stories that many people knew and loved, and seeing Wishbone acting as though he was the character made the show great to watch. And who wouldn't want to watch a Jack Russell anyway? I mean, Wishbone was cute, he looked cuddly, and playing characters from books that we all read when we were kids, or that our parents read when they were kids, and seeing a dog acting it out, it was amazing. Wishbone was great. However, the dog wasn't really named Wishbone. I know, right? You're asking yourself, if the dog wasn't named Wishbone, why did they call him Wishbone? I know, that's a good question, right? However, my dog is named Wishbone. You see? She has the wishbone right there on her head. And she's so cute and cuddly and lovable. Yes, and I just love her so much, and I just want to squeeze her and pet her, and I just love her all the time. And she is having that look like I am stupid, isn't she? Okay, I'm sorry, Wishing. All right, back to the review. So what was the dog's real name if it wasn't Wishbone? Actually, his real name was Soccer. Let's get to know a little bit more about Soccer, aka Wishbone. Soccer was born May 17th, 1988. He was an American animal actor, a veteran of many television commercials for companies like Nike Athletics and Mighty Dog Food. He became famous portraying the talking dog Wishbone in the PBS television series of the same name. Chosen from more than 100 dogs who auditioned for the role, Soccer appeared almost in every episode of the show during its run. He lived with his trainer, Jackie Martin Captain, on the Plano, Texas ranch where the Wishbone series was filmed, and he was buried there after his 2001 death. Soccer's role as Wishbone was considered to be one of the most beloved TV dogs of the 1990s. That I agree with. My two favorite episodes of Wishbone was when he played Dr. Frankenstein.
Yes! I've done it! I've done it! What? What is this? No. No! No! All of my work! All of my research! For this thing! Stay away from me! I said stay away from me! I reject you! You're a monster! Be gone when I return!
And Bark to the Future.
The hero of our story is a man who will defy convention. He is a man who will use technology to redefine travel. He's quite brilliant. And of course, good looking. The hero is the time traveler.
This talk of time travel is absurd.
But why?
Okay. One thing I always wondered is seeing the actors acting with the dog, acting with Soccer. Did they actually hear Wishbone talking or just act it out? I never understood what they did there. I understand they're actors, and the show couldn't have happened without them, but they're looking at the Jack Russell and they're the actors. Do they just act like what Wishbone is saying, he's actually saying it, or do they really hear Wishbone speaking? Since we're talking about this, let's talk about the person who actually voiced Wishbone. Larry Brantley. Larry Brantley is a voice actor and a comedian. He is best known for his voice of Wishbone. Brantley went to Conroe High School and specialized in character voices. He was also a voice actor on the animated project for children called Boz the Bear.
Celebrate Christmas all of 12 days, passing out presents in different ways.
and voiced Corporal Franklin Paddock in Brothers in Arms, Earned in Blood. He was also a volleyball coach in McKinney, Texas for a team called the Straight Aces and Orange Crush. He currently stands as a cast member at the Medieval Times Dinner and Tournament in Dallas. That would be cool to go to, the Medieval Times Dinner. Wonder what that would be like.
This is like when Spock had to fight Kirk on Star Trek. Best friends forced to do battle.
No. I'm sure it'd be much funner than that. I'm Celebrity Buff. I'll be back with another celebrity.